What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Tuesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have a small 3-game main slate tonight. It's a weird slate. Starts at 7:30 Eastern, and 2 of the 3 games are at 10 o'clock. So, it's a slate that we don't usually see, but thankfully, the important injury news is in the first game. So we'll get news before lock. If it was in the 2 later games, it would make the slate very confusing, but it looks like we're avoiding that tonight. We know Booker's doubtful. We know Beal's already out. The real big news is Donovan Mitchell. He went through pregame warmups today, and then they wanted to make the slate more difficult, and they added Caris LeVert to the injury report, also with a hamstring issue. So now we have LeVert and Mitchell questionable. Obviously, if Mitchell's out and LeVert's in, LeVert ends up being one of the best plays tonight, but we're going to have to wait and see. If Mitchell plays, I still like LeVert because Darius Garland's out, Jared Allen's out. I don't think there's any scenario where I'm playing a banged up Donovan Mitchell at 10,600 tonight. I would way rather spend up on Kevin Durant, but that news really depends on if we're picking LeVert or not. I don't think I'm picking Mitchell in any circumstance, but we'll talk about the value plays here. It'll be a quick video. Again, there's only 3 games, 1 play for each position. Please give this video a like and subscribe. We had more bullshit last night. FanDuel was broken right before the NFL Monday Night Football game and before the 8 o'clock NBA game, so we couldn't edit our lineups. Brandon Ingram was a surprising scratch, and we had him on GPP. He wasn't even questionable, at any point in the day, but was able to tweet out GPP adjustments, and if you got those in, even through the FanDuel screwed up, server error, the GPP lineup ended up cashing in. We could have had a big night if Dinwiddie didn't get hurt for the cash and hybrid teams. Ended up just missing there, and Paolo Banchero sucked for us once again, unfortunately. But we'll look ahead to tonight. It wasn't a terrible night last night. Point guard, the good value play here is Jordan Goodwin again off the bench. They'll start Eric Gordon and Grayson Allen. In the absence of Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. But Goodwin sees, in the 2 games that Beal and Booker have been out, he's averaged 26.5 minutes, and he's been a fantasy point per minute. He's been really involved off of that bench as the only guard for the Suns. So I like this play again at 5,000. He needs 25 fantasy points to hit value. He's done that in the 2 games without Booker and Beal. And again, Booker is doubtful, so we can, rule him out until he's, actually confirmed out. But Gordon looks good in this spot at 5,000. He looks like a good value play at point guard. Shooting guard, we're going to stay cheap again here. Jalen Suggs looks pretty good on the Magic. He had a tough first game, but the last 2 games have been good. We can expect him. He's going to start, but because they have Cole Anthony off the bench, he doesn't see, a heavy starters minutes workload, but he'll probably get 25 26, 27 minutes tonight, like he's seen in the last 2 games, and he's been good. At that $4,700 price tag, it's just a good value spend down here. He needs 23 fantasy points to hit value. He has easily smashed that in the last 2 games, building some confidence. The backcourt for Orlando is, has a lot of traffic with, Markelle Fultz and Cole Anthony, but Jalen Suggs is still a contributor to this team, and he's going to have to be over 5,000 for me to not roster him. I like his price at 4,700 tonight. He can also play both guard positions on FanDuel. Small forward going back to the Suns with another value play. Grayson Allen, one of my favorite value plays on tonight's slate. He'll play plenty of minutes without Booker and Beal. He'll start. 4,200 is too cheap. He should be around 5,000 tonight. He's projected for 24 fantasy points. He only needs 21 fantasy points for value. He's been right around that mark. He easily crushed it last game. 2 games ago, he fell just short, but it's no coincidence that on opening night with Booker, he only saw 20 minutes, and then the last 2 games with Booker and Beal out, he has averaged 32 minutes. So he looks good. he'll get his threes up. Hopefully he hits a couple of them. Maybe runs into a steal or two. We know he's capable of that. But, at 4,200, now that I think Eric Gordon is priced up now, so yeah, Gordon is 5,200, so he's a full $1,000 more than Grayson Allen, but he's in the same position and he's projected the same points. So Allen makes for the far better value play here. If you wanted to get different on a GPP in a 3-game slate, you could roster Eric Gordon over Grayson Allen because Allen is going to carry far more ownership due to him being $1,000 cheaper. Power forward, even with that Cavs news with Donovan Mitchell and LeVert, we do know that Jared Allen is out, and we do know that Mobley is healthy. So he is the value play, regardless of what ends up coming with LeVert and Mitchell. 8,100, we saw him finally break out last game. He was a high-owned guy through the first 2 games of the season with no Jared Allen, and he kind of disappointed. Well, he didn't even really disappoint in that second game, but opening night, I had him everywhere, and he disappointed. But he's looked a lot better over the last 2 games. 15 and 14 rebounds is a good thing to see. It's a tight spread here against the Knicks. I'm not worried about Julius Randle's defense or Mitchell Robinson's defense. I think Mobley's fine at 8,100. He's projected for right around low 40s in fantasy points. And then obviously if Donovan Mitchell's out, he's going to see some extra usage. But, he's really the only big man on this team. So I don't think injuries in the backcourt necessarily affect him, a whole lot, but, with Mitchell off the court, that probably definitely helps him. But either way, even if Mitchell and LeVert play, Mobley is going to be a fine play at 8,100. He can play power forward and center. And then my center play, going back to the Suns. The Suns are probably my favorite team to target tonight against the Spurs. Has the highest over-under on the slate. I like Yusuf Nurkic at 7,000. He's looked good with his new team in the Suns. His minutes, I think they ended up blowing out the Warriors opening night, and then last game against the Jazz, I think the Suns ended up crushing them. Was that last night? 2 nights ago maybe. He should be playing 30 minutes, so it's weird to see that he hasn't got there yet. As you can see, he's only averaged like 26 minutes over the first 3 games. Yeah, they blew out the Jazz. They won by 22, and that was on Saturday. So if the game's close, it's a 6.5 point spread. I don't expect it to be a blowout. If it's close, he'll get to 30 minutes. He's going to start. He's a big fantasy point per minute kind of guy. He can really do everything. Blocks, steals, assists, rebounds, points. He gets that extra usage. He's the number 2 guy behind Kevin Durant, while Bradley Beal and Devin Booker continue to sit out. And again, it's only a 3-game slate, so we're going to have to get a little uncomfortable at times. I don't even say this is uncomfortable. This is pretty comfortable in my opinion. He needs 35 fantasy points to hit value. I like that a lot at this price at center here tonight. That'll do it for this video, guys. Happy Halloween. Enjoy your candy out there. Let's cash in on this 3-game slate. Hopefully that Cavs news comes, sooner than later. And we can look forward to a bigger slate tomorrow on Wednesday. Give this video a like and subscribe. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.